were contacted by Bernie's family. He was born with a genetic defect that they could not care for. And so thankfully they reached out to us. Oh, he was so small. He was only about 3 pounds and at 3 months old, so he was just a little peanut.
When I first saw him, we were really worried. Instead of his spine being straight across from tail to head, his actually goes fairly straight through his lumbar region, and then when you get up towards the front of his chest into his neck, it goes like this. Just touching him in that little hump area, he would just holler. He just doesn't have all of that connection between his brain and his feet.
He would drag himself around, and he had so much love and spunk.
There's a lot of pieces that go into figuring out, A, is this dog savable? And B, do we have the ongoing resources to care for him till we find just the right person? And shelters are challenged, of course, to find just the right person.
We could see his quality of life was good. We wanted to give him the chance to be able to live his life out to the fullest. What I have to think through is, do we have the means? And thankfully, we have an army of people. We provided the standard medical care that we do for all of our animals, and in his case, we also had to get some x-rays. We didn't feel that we could give him the care that he needed while he was in the shelter. So we looked to our foster homes, and our foster homes are really like our second shelter.
They've just started eating gruel, and they're learning to use their potty pads. Someone's pedaling right now. Okay, so I know that shouldn't make me excited, but I'm like, score!
Everybody here knows that Crystal has an extreme soft spot for dachshunds. So I said to her, do not go back into receiving and look at Bernie.
So I go in there, and there is this tiny dachshund, and I'm like, okay, hooked, hook, line, and sinker. So I went and talked to Janine, and I said, does Bernie need a foster? And she said, yeah, he needs a foster. I was really concerned about how we were gonna find a home for him. So I posted him on Facebook with a bunch of pictures.
My business partner at Wags Pet Resort saw a video that Crystal had posted on Facebook. I knew Bernie would require a huge amount of care, and I knew that there were probably very few people that had the support network and the financial capability to do that, and he was really dang cute. He's got an incredibly strong spirit.
We're working to create kind of a little cart situation for him. Like, I just saw my dad, I just saw my dad.
When I saw him yesterday for the first time since July, he was, like a different dog.
Bernie's been full of lessons for me and my daughter about dealing with adversity and dealing with handicaps and how you work through disabilities.
Each time we spend time and effort into these guys, we've learned new things.
It takes a village in order to help these animals, and people should feel proud of that. It just fills all of our hearts with gratitude.
You know you're taking on something that you may or may not win. And you want to win every single one. You don't want to lose anybody. And if you don't try with all of them, you won't win any of them.
Even though they're not a perfect dog, they're still a dog, and they still should be able to have a good life.
He brings just as much joy, if not more, into our home than any able-bodied animal we've ever had. And he just kind of goes through each day as a really rad dog.